All right, time to go back to a classic Whack-a-Hovind in traditional style, where we look at one of his Whack an Atheist videos. In this case, we're going to look at his Wednesday video where he whacked Apostate Ashley, someone I'm not familiar with, but I'll see what I see here in the video that Kent decides to show, however much he decides to show of it. I I don't even know if that statement worked grammatically. I kind of lost myself there for a minute. It's already been a morning. But all right, we're going to skip preamble and get right into it, making sure everything's good. Yep, it is. Let's fire away.
Good evening, folks. Ken Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. It is September 17th, a pretty famous day in history. Constitution Day, among other things, and the Battle of Antietam.
He always says that, a pretty famous day in history. Pretty famous day in history. Kent, if you look hard enough, every day is a famous day in history. Just like every day is a holiday. Every day is National What the Fuck Ever Day, made by a bunch of weirdos who decide that we need even more special days for people to share posts about to other people who don't care. I don't want important news shared to me. You think I want to hear about it being National Cheesecake Day? I don't care how much I fucking like cheesecake. That doesn't mean a damn thing. Anyway, let's continue with the Hovind.
The Civil War, more Americans killed in that one battle than I think any other battle in the history of the world, history of America.
Anyway. No, Kent. Just, well, actually, maybe, but you probably gonna say maybe not. Not sure. Don't really care. I mean, I do, but I don't. Not in the moment.
We're on a bunch of channels, even on a few YouTube channels, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Joseph around. Let's see. Rumble, Facebook, Twitter, our own app, Ken Hovind TV. Get it on one of them right there. TikTok. And today, 17th, Constitution Day. That praise God for the guys that gave their lives.
Says the Battle of Gettysburg is the deadliest. July 1st through 3rd, 1863 is the deadliest battle in American history, over 50,000 combined casualties. While the Battle of Antietam was the deadliest single day in U.S. military history in the 17th, resulting in 2,200 casualties. Gettysburg is a multi-day battle. Okay, so yeah, it depends on from a certain point of view.
Of our freedom we have here. We're losing it rapidly. September 17th, the bloodiest day in U.S.
Yes, to the fuckwits you obsess over. The right loves to complain about tyrannical government, yet they're the very ones trying to create it.
Military. Robert E. Lee, a Confederate army stopped at Antietam in Maryland by General George McClellan. And numerically superior Union forces by nightfall, 26,000 men were dead, wounded, or missing. One battle. It is stupid. Civil War. Recognized conditions like soldier's heart, they called it. Now it's called PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome disorder.
Yeah, disorder, Kent. I'm glad you corrected yourself, you illiterate hick.
And soldier's disease, okay? Who really won the Civil War? Well, America lost 700,000 men, mostly young men. U.S. economy lost $75 billion. The founders who gave us a limited republic lost it.
Yeah, that's not how that worked.
The purpose of the Civil War was not primarily to free slaves. It was, do we have a republic or democracy?
No, Kent. No. The issue was states' rights superseding federal or like law. It was how much power do states actually have when they wanted to say, no, we're going to keep slaves anyway. So it was about slaves as a catalyst for a broader issue. I could go on, but I do not have the energy, and I want to make this stream quick. But whew, gets into this kind of shit and the nature of the way the country's supposed to operate. Hovind is so ass backwards, like he is with everything.
The founders gave us a republic. Some of the morons wanted, oh no.
And we're still a republic, and we've always been a republic. Because that's how the United States work. It is a constitutional republic with elections held via democratic processes. It's not a hard concept.
Government should take care of everybody's welfare and stuff like that. Long story. Okay. The foreign investors from England and France, they won billions of dollars. They invested in it. The bankers and folks who supplied weapons.
People's, getting assistance from the government, which wasn't really a thing back in the 1860s, kind of wasn't an issue there, Kent. But you want to bitch about stuff like that all the time because, oh, poor Hovind who doesn't pay taxes. My tax money that I don't pay is going to help people who need stuff. Instead, it could be helping me build my shitty dinosaur theme park because that's what's important to society is your fucking dinosaur adventureland.
Won billions of dollars, okay? The devil won with his evil plan to reduce the population by any means. See, the Lord told the devil in the Garden of Eden, someday some seed of the woman's going to bruise your head. He's been trying to kill every human ever since then, by any means possible, okay? The slaves won freedom from slavery. They never should have existed. Slavery should not have existed, okay?
Yes, Kent, and which side was trying to protect the ownership of slaves? Huh. Get back to me on that, Kent.
The Lord won millions of souls coming to Christ during that era. So,
Okay, those last few are fucking bullshit that's completely irrelevant.
61% of Americans feel sad or lonely at holiday season. We want to help, okay? Come for Columbus Day. We did that already. October, you can come visit. We'll celebrate the day the Indians found Columbus.
Columbus Day. You didn't already do that, Kent. It's still September. Also, fuck Christopher Columbus.
In their front yard. And then we get a special day that's Halloween. Instead of, what's the other name we're going to call it? Something else. Harvest. Fall Festival. You want to come? We'll be your family. Come on down, okay? November.
No, I don't want you to be any part of my family. I don't want you at all involved in my life beyond the nice little animosity we have currently, where I call out your bullshit and you continue to spew more bullshit. We'll just keep it like that.
We got Veterans Day. Veterans, please come. We love having veterans come here. Thanksgiving.
Veterans. You can't say it right. Veterans. VTRAN. That's what he says. They're vet-trans, not veteran. Veteran. There's an E in there, god damn it.
Day, well, make us your family. Christmas, come spend Christmas with us. We got lots to see around here. Call ahead to make sure we got cabin space. By the way, if you want to help us finish the rest of the cabins in the Ark where people can stay, need about what, Titus, $25,000 probably. I don't see them here. Maybe. You never know when it comes to making bathrooms and all this stuff. Okay, like our channel, subscribe, call 855.
Yeah, like my channel and subscribe and share the video and do all that other stuff that YouTube likes because I totally need it. I hadn't been streaming near as much and it shows. So, let's try to get back into some stuff with some varied content coming. I'm not saying I've been playing a lot of Castlevania Symphony of the Night recently, but I have been, and I may start streaming that for the fun of it. And you guys might, if you know the game, enjoy the kinds of stuff I'm doing. Anyway.
Big Dino Extension 4 if you want to defend your evolution religion. Help us to open for free.
Obligatory. It's not a religion, Kent.
I'm trying to hurry tonight because what I'm going to cover in a minute is going to take a while. I'm going to talk fast, okay? So go to 777 Club, drdino.com if you want to help support us. Let's see. Ashley, see more from Ashley. Ashley, we don't need to see more of you, okay? If that's your bait to catch a man, you'll likely catch a shark, not a keeper. So,
wow, what a piece of shit. God damn, Hovind. You really are a class act without the CL, aren't you?
Want to see udders? There, take a look at that one. Look at that. Whoa.
Yeah, you would be showing that and being like, oh, yeah, look at that. God damn, Kent. And this is seriously a thing, is that he'll make little crude old man references of pervy shit, like his little nice warm virgina comment and other little things he said. But then when something like that of someone perfectly fine, not normally dressed, reasonable level of revealingness for current society, he has to be a prude about it. So it's funny, you can be absolutely disgusting in talking about the stuff in one way, but when there's an elegance to it, when the woman's in control, oh no, now it's suddenly an issue, and I've got to say you're going to attract a bunch of garbage and show off a cow boob because that's what gets Hovind off. He probably whacked a little Hovind into that picture 10 times already before this. I'm talking about the cow udder, not Ashley here. Just Hovind. God damn. Why do I subject myself to this?
Okay, here we go. I actually did a video about me, Kent Hovind, who is...
Yeah, 2 years ago. And you're just now getting around to it, Kent.
Is he, and why did he get banned from YouTube? Well...
Because he bought subscribers and or peddled medical misinformation, which now summarizes as pedicled. You pedicled, Kent.
Comment after watching her video this morning, about noon, I guess. As expected, my comment has been removed in less than an hour.
Or maybe it contained objectionable stuff and YouTube systems immediately made it disappear, Kent. That's probably more likely, and it wasn't you making the Kent, it was probably your boy Joseph. You know, the guy who ratted out Sandra for leaving you, on leaving you. The guy who can't debate for shit his own self. The chicken shit who couldn't stop by the ARC protest when he was supposedly by there. The same Joseph, yeah.
Copied it as soon as I posted it, so I'll read it to you now.
I copied it as soon as I posted it. It means you may have never. Where's the screenshot, Kent? You never. I got slightly distracted by his little text up there. I didn't realize he was reading from that text. I thought he already had his comment in the text, so I was a little perplexed for a minute. Let's continue.
I urge everyone to repost it or link to this show on her channel. We may not save her.
Hi, Kent. YouTube eats links, you fucking idiot. Joseph should tell you this if he's the tech wizard people claim he is.
From the stupid atheist cult she's chosen, but we may rescue some of her deluded followers. Okay. Here's my comment. I just found this today, show of yours, and you actually get the grand prize. Tonight, I'll be featuring you on my Whack an Atheist.
Kent, that right there is why it isn't there. Right fucking there. Fucking your drdino.com URL, which why you put the w in front is beyond me. That usually auto resolves. And honestly, if you've got a domain set up and it doesn't resolve with just, the name, the actual domain and the TLD, then you've got serious problems in your settings. That's why the comment was gone, Kent, because you put in a fucking URL, you absolute fucking moron.
Aired live on all my channels listed on drdino.com. Unlike what you did to me, I'm giving you advance notice and an opportunity to come on my show and defend your position in slander. Call 855-BIG-DINO, extension 4. Joseph, you ready if she calls?
Also, as if they're really paying attention to comments from a 2-year-old video.
Okay. You're also invited to come to Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox and come on my show live, 7 p.m. every night, Monday through Friday. I'd love to have you tour our 12,000 square foot science center, our 140 acres, 10,000 square foot Noah's Ark, 30 cabins.
Turning it all into a fucking advertisement.
Anything else? We have nothing to hide here. Nothing criminal going on, nothing wrong going on. We're not a cult, okay?
No one accused you of that, Kent. It seems like you're just bringing it up. You seem to be awfully triggered by even the thought when you're the only one bringing up your shitty dino park. My God, man. You've got a permanent boogeyman on your shoulder, and it's your own reflection in the mirror. I'd be scared of that shit, too, if I looked in the mirror and saw your face.
And you show me exactly why you think this is a cult. Actually, come on. If you're brave enough, come on. The Bible's clear. We're not to bear false witness. Exodus 20 and 20 more times in the Bible. For the moment, I know.
Yep, and why is anyone supposed to give a shit at what the Bible says? You have not demonstrated why we should care. That kind of is the claim that you want everyone to believe. So you need to demonstrate that before we have any other discussions related to whatever the hell is said within Big Book of Bullshit.
You don't worry about what God thinks. You will one day, okay? If you would like to join the show live tonight or any night to defend your silly lies on your show I'm about to share.
Also, that boomer-ass capitalization thing that he/Joseph does on his behalf, night or any night, to defend these silly blah, blah, blah.
You have made about me, call Joseph or email tech support. If you actually went from one cult to another, it is you that went from one cult to another. My call-in show every Thursday and Friday is titled, Evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religion in the world. Prove me wrong. It's obvious on this show of yours, you were just reading a script and repeating lies that someone wrote out for you. Just watch your eyes.
Yes, Wait, Kent, are you about to say there's a problem with someone having a teleprompter or otherwise a script available to be seen? One, the accusation they couldn't have written it themselves, and two, from the man who constantly goes from a literal fucking script. Not just metaphorically, you read from a script like the average apologist does, but literally has a script you go to constantly. Also, that fucking face. Come on, Kent. That's fucking rich from you.
Eyes when I play it, okay? Reading a script.
Yes, because that helps people talk like they're not absolute fucking morons. Kent, every movie you've ever watched and every TV show you've ever watched, they had a script too. They memorized it. Sometimes not so much. And hey, your favorite fucker running the country, he uses a script too. And other people write his. Actually, they probably don't write his speeches because they're so fucking stupid. You can't even fucking read the stuff he writes anyway, the teleprompter anyway. So fuck it. I mean, what the hell is his what? Just what? Sorry, it broke my brain for a moment there. Yamato rebooting. Please stand by.
See how you can defend your cult without a script. So,
I'm pretty sure they do very well, just like everyone who's debated you ever has done incredibly well against your script. It's to a point where a person could trivially predict everything in a debate with you and likely get an 80 to 90% accuracy.
oh, right here. So here we go. Let me play a little bit of Ashley. She makes all kinds of accusations. The same thing that all the skeptics are doing. They're all reading from.
Oh, you mean all the facts that are being spoken about you? All the shared opinions that are being shared? All the common consensus we are having with regard to who you are, what you've done, how you act, why you're the way you are? Oh, yeah, but it's just a script. It's funny, the more people call it his script, it just immediately projects it back. It's like, I'm going to accuse everyone else of being on script. Hovind.
Same script. Here we go. Kent Hovind, cult leader. 9 minutes long. I'm just going to play part of it and then make comments.
Because if I play the whole thing, everyone will realize, oh shit, I am a cult leader.
Or corrections, I guess.
Hi, Apostate Ashley here, your favorite ex-pastor, now atheist. I would like to briefly talk to you about the cult leader, Kent Hovind. Kent Hovind is a commune cult leader out of Lenox, Alabama, that previously spent 9 years in prison for tax evasion. He is mostly known for his anti-evolution rhetoric that is used as a facade to hide behind the horrific things that he actually does within his commune cult. I believe if we only knew what he has done within the
Joseph unmuting on Kent's end because he thought he was about to say something.
Property of Dinosaur Adventureland.
Look at that confounded look Kent has on his face. Like, So I was doing it just Seth, and he could see me just mimicking it.
We would be shocked.
He's fucking tripping over here.
And the pupils go back and forth as she's simply reading off the screen.
Yes, because she has written a script to present for the video. What the fuck, Kent? Yeah, this shit-eating grin, like, dude. Okay, again, let's have you go through your shitty little presentation without your slides. Let's see you go through the entire thing without having anything pre-written, pre-planned in any facet. Let's see how that goes for you, Kent.
They all got the same script, okay?
Oh, yes, it's all the same identical script. No, we're stating facts. These are facts. That's how this works.
A couple of people make up the lies and they all repeat it, okay?
First became aware.
Yes, what lies? Everything is factual.
Kent Hovind when I saw a debate between him and Aaron Ra. At first
Well, I don't know if you're talking about the discussion they had way back or if it was actually the video exchange. I always hate when people say debate with Aaron Ra and it was actually the non sequitur show discussion. That was not a debate. And calling it a debate legitimizes Hovind's arguments about how that went down. Because he didn't like being broadsided and that there was no moderation, which how's an open discussion going to have moderation?
I thought he was just a young earth creationist until I looked into him a bit further. I then came across an interview of his ex-wife, Cindy Lincoln, who had just escaped the cult at the time.
No, she's still in the cult, just a different side of the bigger cult in general. And he's going to laugh about Cindy. Oh, let's see what kind of shit he has to say about this. Or does he even touch on it? Since technically, legal process is still ongoing.
I felt compelled to reach out to her and interview her to find out what the details were for myself. Ever since then, I have felt fully invested in following the happenings of Hovind due to the apparent danger of those still within his commune cult.
You're fully
Hovind. She's from the north, so she says the Hovind. Hovind.
invested in investigating me. Well, come on down, Ashley. How many of you have lived here for more than a year? Anybody?
Wow, they're the biggest losers of them all.
Nearly everybody. Okay. Any cult activity going on here? Joseph, 4 years for you?
Let me ask the cult members if this is a cult. Is this a cult? No. No, it's not a cult.
Okay, I'm sorry. Actually, I interrupted. Stepped on your tongue. Here you go.
I believe this man to be a malignant narcissist, a possible psychopath, but most definitely a con man.
Possible psychopath. Damn.
There have always been countless rumors of Hovind and how dangerous he actually is, from how he treated his first wife and his son Eric.
Do you have any idea what happened?
If you're talking about the beating, again, we generally think that was actually his oldest son. For some reason, everyone focuses on Eric.
Happened actually with
I guess because it's the only other one of the Hovind tribe who's a public figure.
my first wife and Eric. We were virgins on our honeymoon, married for 42 years.
Irrelevant. You're fucking gross for bringing that up constantly, Kent. Completely unwarranted.
I came home from prison first day after 9 years of an unjust incarceration. And she said, I'm divorcing you. I'm scared of the IRS. My son had
No, she was tired of your shit. She was scared of you. Because she learned firsthand what going along with your bullshit can get somebody.
put everything I owned, everything the ministry owned, in his name while I was gone.
Yeah, so that the IRS couldn't seize it. It was real convenient to keep the government from getting it, but it's not so convenient when your son decides, you know, my dad's a piece of shit. I'm going to keep this stuff and there's nothing he can do about it.
Didn't tell me till I got home. What about the museum? It's all mine now, Dad. That's a long story, too. So I didn't do anything wrong to them.
Yeah, you did. For what they knew of as a normal life, you destroyed it. Not that anything involving your madness is at all normal, but what was normal to them was destroyed by your bullshit. Hence why everyone cut ties with you.
Tell me exactly what I did wrong.
The government told you exactly what you did wrong. Your wife told you exactly what you did wrong. Your son told you exactly what you did wrong, I'm sure. Eric doesn't seem like the kind of guy to mince words. I think he's the kind of guy who will straight up tell somebody, fuck you and the horse you rode in on. And that's that. So no, Kent, everyone involved told you exactly what had gone on. What you really needed to hear, but are too much of a narcissist to take to heart and try to better yourself from.
They made me pay $500 a month to live in a separate bedroom in my own house for, 6 months?
Good.
But I finally moved up here. I didn't do anything wrong. Actually, get your facts straight, okay?
However, there have also been countless rumors of Hovind and the dangerous and evil things that he has done to innocent people within DAL this time around since getting out of prison. He is currently in a legal battle with his third wife, Cindy Lincoln, for physical abuse when he slammed her on the ground.
Now, if you don't, I'll show you the facts on that in just a minute. That
Will you, Kent? Will you? And that face he was making a moment ago.
Battle with his third wife, Cindy Lincoln, for physical abuse when he
Yeah, an absolute fucking scowl going on right there.
slammed her on the ground.
Now, if you don't, I'll show you the facts on that in just a minute. That they're starting de novo. They're starting from scratch. There's a whole new case. They've been putting it off for 4 years now. The court doesn't want to hear it because they know there's nothing wrong. Did she tell you?
If there was nothing wrong, they would just dismiss the case, say, nope, he's innocent, and move on. The court's not going to sit there and let it linger, Kent. That's not how this stuff works. It's held up because you keep on filing fucking appeals, and it's such a bumfuck nowhere municipality, a half-assed asswort of a municipality, that literally anything else takes precedent in the already strained judicial system of whatever the fuck the group of hillbillies down there calling the shots want to call whatever legal area you're in.
When you interviewed her, that after the event, and she slipped and fell and hurt her back, and then the next day, four or five different people signed an affidavit that they heard her say, I did not body slam her. Did she say that in the interview, Ashley? You really want the truth? You want to see those affidavits from people who heard her? One guy took her to the chiropractor because he's already been going to the chiropractor. And she said, should I tell the chiropractor I was body slammed just to get it in the record? He said, not if it didn't happen. And it didn't happen, Ashley. You don't care about that, though. I'll show you.
Except it did happen, and Cindy was a scared person who didn't know what they should or shouldn't say, because that tends to happen to abuse.
A minute. If you want the truth, I'll show you where to find it in just a minute. Keep blabbering, okay?
She started to figure out some of his secrets.
Yes. Hashtag give Kent his underwear back and his pocket knife. He needs his pocket knife back. He got his Casio watch, so it's a little better.
He is also guilty of narcissistic abuse and conning her out of upwards of $100,000.
You're clueless about all that, Ashley. Absolutely
No, she's not.
clueless. You're reading somebody else's script. This is not true, okay?
Cindy is unfortunately not the only one that he has conned out of mass amounts of money. He's done this to countless individuals and families, then has them run off of his commune.
Could you give some specifics on that? I'd like to know who that was. Joseph, you've been here 4 years. This doesn't happen at all. If people want to give, they can give.
You know, talking about people leaving the compound, Seth and I came up with an idea last night regarding Sandra leaving at the beginning of the year, but I'll wait. He just left. I'll wait for him and I to kind of do all the back end work around it before we submit it as a possible theory. Like something we want to have some, good timeline set up for this.
Cindy voluntarily gave stuff to the ministry. We've spent a fortune fixing up one of her houses that she bought right around the corner, and then she kicked us out of that. So there's no money owed to anybody. Okay, somebody's lying, and it's you actually. Don't spread the lie. Okay.
He has a crafty way of doing this by offering the ability to build a cabin or reside in one already built on the property of DAL.
Does anybody here build their cabin and then stay here and get upset when we get kicked out, Joseph? We build all the cabins. I pay for all this. We have 30 cabins. People
By you mean your donors.
staying, and this is insane. Actually, stop spreading these lies, okay? Get a new script to read, okay?
However, once they are kicked off of
I mean, I could write a script but, it usually involves a lot more profanity than you're comfortable with. You fucktard.
the property, these people do not have much of a leg to stand on, since
They can't take their cabin with them. They didn't build it. It was never theirs. What on earth? Some people come with mobile homes or motorhomes, and not mobile motorhomes and campers. They take her with them. We don't know. It's not at all what you're saying, Ashley. Come get the fact. Just come see, okay?
cabins are physically located on the property of DAL that is owned by Hovind himself.
I don't own any of this. It belongs to a ministry. It's actually a 501c3 corporation.
A ministry that you're the head honcho of, that you have supreme authority over. Yeah, it's owned by you.
I don't own any of it. Get your facts straight.
The commune is a mix of criminals, innocent people trying to get their life on track.
We're a nest of criminals and innocent people trying to get their life on track. You guys see what I got to put up with all the time?
I feel bad for the Hovind. I do all this for you.
You just go build the ark and pound nails. This is stuff I got to put up with.
And families with children. These members believe that they are giving their time and attention to a legit ministry, trying to do good things for others. The members are expected to keep to a rigorous schedule with full dedication to their posts within the DAL museum. He works them to exhaustion while he...
You have a rigorous post and I work you to exhaustion. Let's see. How many?
Yeah, Kent, it's funny that most of the people who leave DAL and want to talk to what is otherwise the opposition with regards to you, they all seem to report that same feeling of being worked to exhaustion.
If you would, you'd live here and work here. How many of you would disagree with that statement? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, yeah, because the people who are here at DAL are totally just going to say, yeah, Hovind works us to death in front of Hovind. What the fuck, Kent?
Everybody. Ashley, shut up, okay? Learn the truth before
Hovind, shut up. Learn the truth that you're a fucking horrible human being. And it's a miracle that you're still alive. You might want to enjoy that. Your health's going downhill faster than something that goes downhill really fast. I don't fucking know.
you talk, okay? Come interview the people. They like to work here.
Yes, you may treat them well, and they may not get as bad a work as you give other people, but it seems like you treat certain people more equally than others, Kent, if you know what I mean.
They love it. Work them to exhaustion. Okay.
He and his lackeys
And yes, Deviant, the I pay for everything followed by I don't own anything, quite telling in its own right.
and their illegal activities.
What, Ashley? That's slander. Tell me what I'm doing illegal.
Steve Lynn, one of Hovind's lackeys, is known for his alleged threat with a gun to run Cindy Lincoln off of the property and from her own home.
Cindy owned the home around the corner where we paid a fortune to fix it up to be our network because we couldn't get internet here at the camp. And Steve was living there. He was my network supervisor, and there's a lot of problems with Steve, no question. I don't know what he did with Cindy and the gun, but if she came into that house and
Oh, so now you're going to acknowledge there were problems with Steve Lynn, because beforehand he was a great guy. He couldn't have done anything wrong. What the fuck, Kent?
which we rented off of her. You need to get the facts all straight, okay? Anyway, I'm going to get to something else.
As well as possibly trafficking hard drugs through the cult.
Trafficking hard drugs through the cult.
Not the kind of whacking like Kent likes to do to interviews of himself. Enjoy the silence. Joseph didn't turn Kent back on.
Ernie Land, another lackey, is his financial guy, and one only assistant.
Yeah, trying to watch Hovind like just straight up in the moment is not something I'd recommend. It's much better filtered through anyone else talking about him in a chat that isn't a bunch of sycophantic, worshippers of his.
He's helping cook the books.
Land's been for 35 years. He's no longer, he was a trustee for many years. He no longer wanted to relax and take a break. He likes racing his dragster over in Westville, Tennessee, Westville, Florida. Okay, he's a good friend, great guy. We didn't cook any books. We're perfectly honest and above board. We have nothing to hide.
Considering the prior prison time for tax evasion.
I did not spend prison time for tax evasion. Maybe I got all the slides ready to.
Yes, you did, Kent, and I did a whole damn stream on the exact criminal complaint against you.
Prove all this. Let's go a couple more minutes here. I don't think I can take a whole lot more, actually.
Matt Powell, another lackey.
I could take a whole lot more. That's what Hovind said. He can take a lot more.
That has recently left DAL for unknown reasons.
Tell you why? He has 2 small children. He was from Michigan.
And he didn't want them to be involved in a drowning at the park.
He came down here, lived here for 6 months, had a wonderful time. He's still one of our trustees. And his parents live up there, and her parents live up there, and they want to be near the grandkids. What's the problem?
Matt Powell, I would hope to fuck doesn't. What grandkids? What?
Grandkids of our trustees, and his parents live up there, and her parents live up there, and they want to be near the grandkids.
Okay, they want to be near the grandkids. Well, I don't think that really is a reason for the whole goddamn family to just move back up north. Last I checked, it was a matter of the children branching out and doing something independent of the parents. So, methinks Powell left for the ideological differences that a lot of people say were the reason.
What's the problem?
Is known for his anti-LGBTQ rhetoric.
The problem that's not a problem is just us pointing out the fact that someone as hate-filled and disgusting as Matt Powell couldn't even stand to be around you, Kent. That should say plenty.
In that category, too. I think that's dumb. Real dumb. Okay.
However, there are 2 other lackeys that Hovind has openly welcomed into his cult that are known pedophiles. Chris Jones has a record of his pedophilia, and Brady Byram has an alleged agreement with his former family that he would never contact them again due to him sexually abusing his own daughter.
Apologize for the slight glitches there. My mouse button I still haven't replaced my mouse. The button's still failing, so it's giving me triple and quadruple clicks as I try to just do one little thing.
Again, you don't have a clue about any of this. Let me go another minute, and then I'm going to answer all this.
I was going to say, though, I love how Joseph unmuted for that split second, so we just get a big reverb-filled Chris Jones.
Okay, so try to keep all this straight, folks.
Mark Stoney, who is a cult escapee, has a YouTube channel almost entirely dedicated to exposing Hovind.
Joseph, Mark Stoney is a cult escapee.
Yeah, barely made it out of his life.
He is a moron, okay? He has some serious mental problems, okay?
Hovind talking about himself again.
I'll talk about Mark Stoney in just a minute. And when they knock on his door to bring him in for trial for slander, he's going to have to sing a different tune. You watch.
Not going to happen, Kent.
Okay?
Which was where I heard an audio of a phone conversation Mark had with one of Chris Jones' victims. Chris Jones allegedly played a strip poker game with a 12-year-old boy named Zaire.
This is absolutely not true. You don't. You're just reading a script, okay?
Jones also.
Again, Kent, that's not a response. The Zaire situation was pretty incredible, and I'm amazed it wasn't your downfall.
Allegedly slept in the same bed as Zaire on the DAL property.
Again, you're totally lying or wrong, or somebody else lied to you and you believed it. None of that's true, okay?
In the phone conversation Mark Stoney had with Zaire, he sadly confirmed that these suspicions were true.
Okay, let me just answer some of this, and I don't want to take all night on this, but let me go back to...
I don't want to take all night on this because she's getting too close to stuff that I want people to forget about, because I'm Ken Hovind and I've got more skeletons in my closet than goddamn Dracula.
Okay, actually, in the unlikely event that you really would like to know the truth, because you like to not like me, don't you? Yeah. Before you spread slander and lies, please listen to the actual event and the court reporter who did the transcript of the audio. We paid to have it done. And tell me the exact moment when I so-called body slammed Cindy.
You know, I can point it out, but everyone in the community has already done that. So, you know. We know when it happened. 199 super chat from Laura, tossing more into the mouse money fund. Hopefully it'll actually be able to get spent on a mouse this time instead of on fucking bills. Responsibility. Let's continue.
Was it at the 13-minute, 57-second mark? Read that. She's screaming and yelling out of frustration. Dude, this guy, I don't know who he is.
Yeah, I'd be frustrated with you as well, dumbass.
Watchman Shadrach. He's got the show up there. It's a bunch of people have posted it. I got nothing to hide about that event. She is 100% at fault. She still lives around 5 miles away here. So you tell me the exact moment when I did that. My left arm had nearly gotten broken a week before when a beam fell on it in the building, the dining hall. My right hand's holding my phone. I've never hurt a woman in my life physically. Never hit one. I've met some that deserved it, but I didn't do it. Okay, let somebody else handle it. Okay, so would you like to interview the 4 witnesses who talked with her afterwards? And she admitted I did not body slam her. Do you want to talk to them?
New information from Zoomy. It's weird. Did you know Mormons follow vampire rules? They can't enter your house unless you invite them in, and holy water doesn't hurt them, but it sure as hell confuses them. Huh. I have to try that next time some Mormons come by. Then I'll try the unholy water on them and see what happens.
Or do you just like to keep spreading the lie, don't you? Yeah. Let's see. De novo in Latin
Hey, Kent, what does this have to do about God?
means new from the beginning. There is a trial over this so-called body slam that is de novo, like nothing else happened. We're going to start from scratch. And they've been putting...
No, I don't think that's the case at all, Kent. I think you just completely fucking made that up like you do everything.
it off in the court here for 4 years because the judges don't want to hear it. They know it's stupid, but they got to hear it because she filed a complaint. It's not.
And yes, Hovind does claim the court records from his 2006 conviction are doctored, yet simultaneously will refer to them when he thinks that looking into them will somehow exonerate him. It's amazing that, one for double standards, a lot of people would have no standards.
Watch the result when it finally comes to trial. Okay. She made all this stuff up. Okay. Open letter to President Trump. If you think I'm a tax evade.
Oh, good God. He's bringing this old gem out again. Ugh. I covered that whole thing when it was new.
Go back to February 1st on all my channels and read Watch the show. Here. The first 12 counts I was convicted of by the third jury, the first two refused to convict, okay, were failing to withhold taxes from workers and also withholding but failing to pay it over. Which is it? Did I not withhold it, or did I withhold it and not pay it over? My lawyer should have had that thrown out right away. 12 counts, okay? They were oppositional. My attorney, Alan Ritchie in Washington, don't ever hire him for anything, okay? Failed to catch that, okay? But
Kent, as far as A and B goes, it can be cases of both where you either withheld and didn't submit to the IRS, or you didn't withhold at all. And that's probably where they group things together, since the law is an A or B case. If A or B is broken, then the violation has occurred of the same law. That's probably what that means there, but legalese is far too advanced for a pea brain like you to understand. Part of me really wishes my life had gone different so I could have gotten into law, because honestly, part of me is wired to be absolutely fascinated by that linguistic nuance of the way laws are written. But that's another story for another time.
you did not apply to the IRS to be a withholding agent. You have to ask them for their permission. We don't.
No, no.
We couldn't have withheld anything. Furthermore, withholding is mandatory only on four.
Yeah, if you've got an actual business, but you didn't set up a business, so you never went through the process, and you thought that would just magically let you get away with not paying taxes on stuff that's clearly operating as a business.
Foreigners. Read the U.S. Code 1441, etc. I didn't have any foreigners working here.
Hey, Kent, when you're operating your motor vehicle to go to Bruton to eat at the Chinese restaurants, unless they've banned you all for making racist comments, are you traveling or are you driving? Because I really wonder what your answer is to that.
Next 45 counts were so-called structuring or smurfing, which we did not break either. The federal
Yes, you did.
appeals court in Raines, Anzalo, and all these other cases said there's no such thing as structuring because the so-called mandatory reporting form was never properly promulgated by the IRS. There is no, you can't break a law of structuring. There isn't a law. Read the code, okay? As such, banking activity form.
It's funny then that, if that's the case, that this is still being enforced. So methinks that there was no, discovery of a flaw in the law or in the forms or anything that created a situation where it's no longer a valid law. Seems like everything's fine and dandy. I would look into it more, but, for a guy who just said that they do enjoy the way legalese is, reading through court case stuff and just finding half of it is quite a pain in the ass when you really want the actual documents without at least forking over money or having to do information requests all over the place. I'm a busy man. I've got more important things to do, like pet the cats and play Castlevania and go to work, where I work a real job, unlike you can't. And so I don't have time to look through obscure random ass cases that some sovsit claims negates laws that obviously are fully valid and were fully enforced on him as they should have been.
Is voluntary, not mandatory. There's no criminal liability attached to withdrawing or depositing less than $10,000 in it.
That is not the issue. The issue is the fact, as multiple people have explained, and as I have read in explicit detail in the charges against you, that you did those withdrawals in such a way as to structure the charges or the withdrawals, the nature of them, they were planned to avoid the proper paperwork having to be filed by the bank for you withdrawing those higher amounts of money, and the particular reporting cases of, hey, they have a lot of money coming in and out, which is why those forms are required, because the government likes to know this stuff for reasons of taxation. And honestly, if you're moving 10K around a day like it's nothing, yeah, I kind of think you might be able to pay a little more on taxes. Of course, we could derail this whole conversation with me going into taxes and the wealthy and people paying their fair shares. But like so many other things, that's a better discussion for another time. We're not going to go through that here. But Kent, You literally on September 11th, 2001 pulled out 9,500. The next day, if memory serves, you pulled out 9,600. There were multiple periods over a span of a year where days within days you would pull out 9,500 and 9,600 like clockwork. Always those same amounts. Anyone with any brain could tell you that is planned, and that was the violation. You fucking idiot. Quit lying. You're not going to get those years back. Stop making yourself look even stupider than you actually are by constantly defending this crap. Good fucking God, it's pathetic. On top of all the pathetic shit you normally do.
Any transaction or more than 10,000, it's not criminal. Banks today believe it's mandatory. Okay, they can fill out a form every time I go in there if they want. One last count, count number 58. They said I interfered with an officer. Really? Which, according to the regulations of the statute they quoted, they said he broke this statute, this law. I should put it in here. Kent was falsely accused of interfering with the tobacco inspection officer who appeared at his tobacco manufacturing plant, tobacco warehouse, tobacco shipping company, or tobacco retail store. Joseph, do we have any of those here?
You probably dug down into the craziest, and this is all going to be shit from KentHovind.com. The fucking monstrous pile of shit those videos were. It's probably going to be some shit buried way deep tangential to the actual interfering law, where this particular bit of interfering is described as being under the scope of this law, where he's ignoring probably 12 other paragraphs of shit. You know, cherry picking, trying to make it look stupid.
How many of you have pretty well been over the whole place and you haven't seen one either?
I mean, why aren't you posting the exact law, indices here, Kent? It's Article 13, subsection 3C or whatever.
They were desperate to put me in prison to shut me up for my DVD number 5.
Yeah, if that was really the case, Kent, they would have come up with something that stuck better and you would have been in prison forever. You would have just disappeared. This they that's always conspiring in the shadows, yet is completely fucking incompetent, that they can't keep some bum fuckwit Pensacola pastor who's got this dangerous DVD 5 that's still out there, that never disappeared, that they can't keep him locked away. How fucking pathetic is that? Oh, right, this they doesn't actually exist, and you just have to have the boogeyman. Oh, poor innocent Hovind. And fuck off with that, Kent.
Was the problem. Okay, let's see. I somehow refused. I blocked their way and refused to show them my tobacco inventory logs. When in reality, he asked the public on the radio to pray for this agent that was after me to stop the fraud. They were lying about me. Summary: you did not break any laws and were fraudulently convicted. Okay.
Yes, Chris, we are talking about those transactions.
Chris Jones. You mentioned Chris Jones. Here he is. Christopher Link Jones. I talked to him an hour.
He mentioned?
Convicted. Okay. Chris Jones. You mentioned Chris Jones.
He mentioned. I heard he mentioned. Give me to assume someone's gender. Let's be correct about this, but I'm pretty sure Apostate Ashley is she, her. You know. You done forgotten who you're whacking already, Kent, haven't you? You've even forgotten what you're doing. You're just running your script.
Here he is, Christopher Link Jones. I talked an hour ago. Said, Chris.
Yeah, you would still be talking to Chris Jones.
I'm pretty familiar with what's going on. How would you like me to address this moron tonight that's accusing you of committing a crime? He said, well, you were at the trial. Yes, I was. I went to South Carolina last, July 2024? No, when was the trial? Whenever it was. Okay, last July. Arrest date. July, whenever. The jury unanimously found him not guilty.
Funny that he's fucking a convicted pedophile, Kent. Methinks you're selectively looking at stuff, because I've seen this page already. I forget the details, but yeah.
Ashley, will you stop spreading that lie, okay?
No, because you're not showing the whole thing, as you never do and never will. $13.99 Canadian super chat from our friend Rogue Rainbow. I'll have to get going. Here's some money for you, Chris. Thank you so very much. By the way, I'm doing the character design for the Kent Hovind animation project. The main character project is named Candy. Ah, nice. Tobacco isn't illegal. No, Laura, but he's trying to treat it as a subsection that involves like defining interfering with tobacco enforcement amongst many other kinds of enforcement, trying to use that as a way of saying, oh, well, they put me in jail for interfering with tobacco related stuff and there's no tobacco here. So that's why they put me in jail. They had to make up stuff. So fucking pathetic.
December 10th, 2023, Theo, who used to work here, his website is called Lies of the Devil. He posted a video entitled Kent Hovind and Cindy Lincoln molested a 6-year-old girl.
Hey, Dave. I had a chance to say glad you're doing good, buddy.
Based on Mark Stoney accusation that she massaged you while you were in your underwear. Mark Stoney made up this lie. It was his daughter.
Sean, because DVD number 5 is The Dangers of Evolution. Ocean. You know, I covered it back in like January or something. It was like 4-hour stream, but I did it. It's fucking disgusting. It is, as Laura puts right here, it's fucking hate speech. It is horrible. And yet that is Kent's true magnum opus. It's not Lies in the textbook. No, it's DVD 5, where he just goes all out on the conspiracy insanity. That's why when he starts talking about Nazis and shit, I call it DVD 5 Redux, because he spends a lot of time trying to equate evolution to the Holocaust. Yeah.
In the comment section, Cindy, who later lied about me, she said that's not true. She was there. I broke my back. I've had whiplash twice. I'm laying on a massage table. She's working on my back. And Mackenzie, 6 years old, says, oh, can I help? Sure. She came in and began rubbing.
Why would you willingly say sure to a 6-year-old helping with a massage? Why is a 6-year-old even in there? Come on, Kent.
My feet. Mark Stoney later claimed that I molested her. You're lying, Mark Stoney. See? Lying. You're a liar through and through, okay?
I will stress that those are allegations, but I would not be surprised if that was found to be true of you, Kent.
Then defending Cindy.
No kind of sickening, evil debauchery would surprise me coming from you.
Stoney posted that the event never happened. Stoney started all these lies to destroy your ministry and close DAL simply because you allowed me to come visit. This is Chris writing, okay, an hour ago, okay? Kent Hovind molested a 6-year-old girl his third wife, Cindy Lincoln, knew.
It's all about looping things that kind of have, not even debatably similar restrictions. I can't even necessarily say that, but grouping those things together for moderation. I don't know. It makes some kind of logical sense somewhere.
Of the massages. Oh, really? This is from Lies of the Devil. Got 300 subscribers. Go get it, Mark or Theo. Okay. Let's see. Cindy wrote, okay? I never handed Mackenzie over to anyone, ever. Even Deborah's own words acknowledged Yulia was in the room. If I was trying to hide it, then why did Yulia, Joanna, Nick, and Julie all know? Because there was no hiding going on. Ken had massages once or twice every day, which is not true, 2 or 3 times a week if I can, by both men and women, professional chiropractors.
Ah, yes, but the egomaniac must defend himself at all costs. When the narcissist is attacked, the narcissist must defeat all projections of evil against them. Their image must maintain purity like the finest driven snow or something of that shit.
Chiropractors, Brady, Byram, and guests who were visiting doctors. Ken would solicit massage from anyone and everyone who would give them. I hurt my back. I pay them. Several of you I've paid to do a massage, haven't I? Nothing wrong going on.
There's a good point, Cloudy. So fucking pathetic from Hovind. Kent has such a bad back, but drives Jeeps off-road. I smell bullshit. Yep. Ooh, we got our friend Michael in the chat. Hey, buddy, how's it going? He really needs to just stop talking. He really does.
I hurt my back. It hurts, okay? Mackenzie wanted to...
Hey, I hurt my back. It hurts. It hurts every goddamn day, especially when I'm done working. Lifting shit that weighs as much as you, unassisted. Okay, I'm not that strong, but goddamn. I can lift some shit, all right? I got to fucking work out at this job. God damn. So just understand, Kent, that I know what it's like to deal with back pain from a hard day's work, not being an old, decrepit piece of shit who lies for money.
Join the other girls. Julia, Julia, and Joanna. I was right there. This is Cindy talking, 10 feet away in the kitchen, listening to them all talking this girl stuff, while a disinterested Kent Hovind slept or worked on his phone. Mackenzie's safety and protection were always my concern and duty. No one was in their underwear. That's a complete lie. Kent always wears his red swimsuit, as Deborah read from Joanna's testimony. Kent usually fell asleep.
Deviant, who I should stress to the audience, has close connections to Mark, states, no, didn't molest her. That never been Mark's claim either. Kent had her massage him without Mark's knowledge and praising her to believe she was the best masseuse in the world, which is still very, very fucking creepy. Very fucking creepy. More he talks, even deeper hole for himself. Is it supposed to be intentional? I guess. I don't think he realizes what he's doing. I think he thinks he's actually defending himself. And yeah, Deviant, no 70-year-old man needs the help of a 7-year-old. Okay? Okay. It's easy, okay?
Sleep face down during massage. There was no arousal. There's the massage table. Who am I doing this on?
He's got pictures. He's got pictures. Also, that's a real creepy fucking room right there. I mean, this honestly looks like a fucking crime scene photo. Evidence Exhibit C. The room with the table. And then you go to the back room and that's where the body is.
Tonight's victim whacking.
Tonight's victim whacking. Good Lord, he admits it. He whacked a guy in there.
I forgot her name. The one I'm whacking. What? Huh?
Apostate.
Apostate Ashley. Okay, Ashley, this is the bedroom. You can see the bed in the lower left corner. There's the massage table. Right outside that door is the kitchen where Cindy was. I lay right there and have people, if they went, crack my back. You see in the corner.
Why does the bedroom go to the kitchen? Is this some kind of design I'm not familiar with? Or does it go to a hallway and the kitchen happens to be over there? You know, I don't know. I don't really care. Still.
I guess you can't quite see it up. And there's a massage, a neck harness where I can put my head in there to straighten my spine out.
Boy, must be nice all those donation dollars going to you having shit to pop your back. I'd love to be able to have anyone work on my stiff as hell, tighten muscle ass, everything fucking hurts back. But no, I just have to deal with it. Because this is America. And unless you suck off Jesus, or Trump, or Musk, you ain't getting shit.
I got a name for that thing. Anyway, okay. So Mark Stoney wrote, Theo, I would appreciate your willingness to engage in this discussion.
Zoso, I'm going to pull out a meme format from about the time Kent was going to jail. Massage tables in my preacher's bedrooms? It's more likely than you think. And yes, I said bedrooms. He has more than one, I'm sure.
Well, let's be blunt. Let's see, he says down here, my daughter, Mackenzie, has never indicated any suggestion or confession related to the allegations made by Joanna. This is Joanna spreading these lies. And the people around here still believe it, that this is a cult and I molested a girl because of the Joanna's lies. This information comes not only from my conversation with her, his own daughter, but also from the team of therapists that worked with her for 6 months. She had to go to therapy for 6 months to undo something that never happened. They confirmed that nothing beyond uncomfortable situations occurred when times Mackenzie was present during the massage, which
is still creepy as fuck regardless, Kent.
Other women, including Julia, and Cindy. Importantly, there was never a situation where Mackenzie, Joanna, and Kent were alone or with one other person. These were alleged incidents when they took place. You're lying. Ashley, please remove your slanderous video and send an apology letter to Dr. Kent Hovind.
Send an apology letter. Fuck you. I'll send you a whole bunch of goddamn glitter. Glitter bomb the hell out of DAL. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to waste perfectly good glitter.
8488
And as much of an asshole as I am, I'm not that much of an asshole.
Pearl Lane.
I could send him a strongly worded letter. Dear Kent, you suck. Signed, Caruso Tomato.
Repton, Alabama, 36475. Or email it to techsupport@drdino.com. Or
What, you can't just email it to Dr. Dino at drdino.com? Which really, it should be Kent at drdino.com. That's why if you want to email me at my actual website, well, one of many that I own, but my main one, it's Chris at zadara.com, not Kurisu. Because, I mean, I could do Kurisu, and that's a login for a lot of other things, but you send an email there, you're getting in touch with Chris, not the character of Yamato. So, you know, if I want to get in touch with Hovind, I should email Kent, not tech support.
post a new video with your apology. You do believe in admitting wrong, don't you, Ashley? Okay. Hate speech. You know that.
And yes, don't think I didn't notice that, Deviant. 2 minutes ago it was Mark's lies, now it's Joanna's lies.
YouTube has rules against hate speech.
Yep, and none of what she said is hate speech, Kent. Some of what I say could potentially be taken as such by fucking snowflake-ass right-wingers who can't understand the difference between an opinion of disliking someone's individual actions and disliking an entire group of people, which is funny that they can't understand that, given that they base their entire existence off of hating other groups of people and other classes of people, other kinds, you could say, of people. I'm sorry, the kind of person I hate just happens to be piece of shit scumbags like yourself, Kent. You know, I've decided that's the morally ethical, you know, kind of person to dislike. You know, I've never been harmed by a trans person. All right. But I sure as hell have been harmed by right-wing Christo-fascist fuckwits like you. So, you know, if talking about you is hate speech, then guilty as charged. But it's a real pot kettle moment.
Community guidelines? Yeah. Look at this. Hate speech.
Yeah, look at this. God damn, talk like you got some sense, Kent.
Is not allowed on YouTube. We don't allow content that promotes violence or hatred against individuals or groups. That's what you just
I'm promoting no violence or hatred. She's not promoting violence or hatred.
did, Ashley.
My dislike of you is a very personal thing, and if other people wish to like you, that's their own problem. They're stupid, and I'll call them stupid all day long for thinking you're at all a decent person, but that's within their right to whether they want to like you or not. I wish no active harm on you, and only speak facetiously of anything even of the sort, and even then tread carefully on that, and will oftentimes go back and stress that I don't actually want any harm to you. But whatever happens, happens. I'm just saying. So, you know, if you get sick again, you get bit by another snake or something, we're going to laugh about it. But we didn't send the snake. Your God did. So take it up with him. Tell him he violated YouTube's terms of service.
You're promoting hatred. Yeah. Under YouTube policy, you can't you promote violence or hatred against somebody because of their religion.
Ah, but we're not doing that. It's a matter of your stupid ass dangerous bullshit. If I want to talk shit about the religion, I'm not saying something bad should happen to you because of that. Just like I'm not saying anything bad should happen to you because of your age, your caste, ethnicity, or race, disability, immigration status, or nationality, nor your sex, gender, or sexual orientation, your veteran status, or if you've been the victim of a major violent event or the kin of such. Which, this is going to be the last time, hopefully, that I have to bring this up. But I wrote a piece on the whole Charlie Kirk incident that I do wish people would go read on Zadara. If anyone can pull that up in the chat and link it, that'd be great. Deviant, you're the queen in chief for that if you can. If not, that's cool. But even with him, vile person, I disagree with everything he had to say and think he was a horrible person and felt he gave quite a bit of hate speech. But in no way, shape, or form do I or anyone I know think, oh yeah, that's good that that happened, that it should have happened, otherwise promoting it. No. It's barbaric. It's, in its own sense, a tragedy. But again, how we feel afterwards, insofar as discussing the person, is another story. And in these cases, none of what people are saying about you, Kent, is truly hate speech. it can be very strongly worded speech that should be First Amendment protected, but it's not hate speech. I think you should go to jail for spousal abuse. I think you should have spent more time in jail for your tax fraud. I believe you should be kept off of YouTube. I believe you should have no platforms, honestly, but that's just the way I am about tyrannical nut jobs like yourself. Because I think that is antithetical to the very nature of the country you supposedly love so much. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not actively saying anything should happen. And you shouldn't certainly be disappeared or sent to Alligator Alcatraz like so many others who you and your ilk do want that kind of thing to happen to because of factors such as ethnicity, as sexuality, and hell, even religion. You sure love to mock other people's religions pretty regularly, Kent, in a way that really, really makes me think a lot of what you say, now that I think about it, could be classed as hate speech. Given the kinds of shit you say with regards when you find out someone's Mormon or ex-Mormon or Catholic or something. Oof. Pretty disrespectful shit. Directed at them because of that. Let's continue.
If you find, victims of a major event, if you find content that violates this policy, report it. Instructions for reporting it are in our community guidelines available here. Okay, let's see. Examples, hate speech. I'm glad this, whatever, happened. Like when Charlie Kirk getting shot, a lot of people on YouTube are posting videos, they're glad it happened. Their whole channel should be taken down.
That's not cool. I was just saying it's not cool.
Shouldn't it? You want to be fair? You guys worked awfully hard to take mine down. Why don't you, if you really value justice and fairness, take those channels down.
And notice it's always this, oh, if you focus on me and not everything else, you're a hypocrite. As if it suddenly becomes everyone else's responsibility once you critique one particular person or thing to go after everyone else. And you know, if YouTube finds objections, they should handle it appropriately. It's not my business. I don't care enough to go out and try to hunt for channels that I think are violating hate speech. Because I'd spend my time focusing on stuff a little more important than people who might be a little more crass than should be acceptable on the Charlie Kirk situation, and more of all the bullshit that people of your ilk can't put out every single day. There's a video I found on Facebook that I need to do a reaction to. So I'm glad this reminded me of that. So I may do that sometime in the near future. But right now, it's another thing for another time. So many of those. Let's finish this up.
But you won't, because you're a coward, okay? They got what they deserved. Let's see. People with, let's see, here, conservative influence.
Kent, that they got what they deserved rhetoric comes from the right all the time whenever anyone of, a minority ethnicity is, killed by police or something. And I'm not going to say for a second, I'm not going to go full ACAB on stuff. There's problematic police departments and problematic individuals. The system itself, better than people give it credit for in idea. In practice in an area, who knows? MPD is pretty all right, give or take. So, I've had better situations here since I'm, stopped being a damn teenager. For some reason I was always running into the MPD, but that's again another story. I got fun stories about wild and crazy Chris and his friends getting into shenanigans while I was young. Point is, the right sure loves to celebrate that kind of shit. Oh, another thug got gunned down by the cops. Go cops. And whether or not the situation is a shitty one or not, that's again not something you should celebrate. Even if the dude's, guilty as fuck, it's like, ugh, let's just really look at the situation. Like, this really shouldn't have gone this way, but that's the way it ended up going. I've watched enough police body cam footage of all types to see how these situations quickly change. To get a hint at the kinds of people these people are sometimes, both the cops and the perpetrators of whatever the hell's going on, to see situations go good and see, oh, this person's just, a little desperate or something, or, oh, this person's fucking crazy. I don't know. I'm on a fucking tirade here. He's fucking pissed me off. Because, of course, he has. He's Kent Hovind. And what would Kent Hovind's stream be without me being pissed off by this fucker? Y'all know what I mean, I'm sure.
Influencer Charlie Kirk shot dead at Utah University event. The Star, whoever that is, okay? 1.5 million subscribers. All right, let's see. Here's a comments made on that channel right there. That one right there, The Star. He stated that protecting the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, was more important than protecting kids from mass shootings. A few guns
God, he's just going to go on a Charlie Kirk tirade. I didn't expect it to focus on that, but okay.
deaths every year were an acceptable price to pay for the right to own guns. Well, then now he practiced what he preached. Is that hate speech against Charlie Kirk?
No, that's pointing out incredible irony. Irony that should give people who followed him and his rhetoric pause to think, oh, we're not immune from this. Maybe it's time for change.
How about this one? This is the guy who said some gun deaths were a price worth paying for the Second Amendment. Hate speech. A man opposed to gun control killed
Yeah, it's not hate speech.
by a gun. How ironic.
Yep, not hate speech.
I mean, I don't think anyone deserves that, but why are we calling one hateful man's death? He wasn't hateful.
Yes, he was, Kent. Of course, not according to your standards. Charlie Kirk was a hateful piece of shit. I'm not going to mince words about that. Fuck him. Still shouldn't have happened, but fuck him.
Charlie Kirk? You must not have watched him. A national tragedy, and victims of school shootings and wars fade away. It's outrageous. He deserved it. Is that hate speech? Satan called.
It's really, really dark. I wouldn't call it hate speech. I would tacitly, I can see the point.
Called his son home. Was that hate speech?
Nope.
Why don't you go to this channel right here, right there, The Star, and say, report him to YouTube. Take them down. They're reporting.
They're not the ones making the comments, you fucking moron. They just shared a video. They're a pop news outlet on fucking YouTube. One of thousands just popping whatever fucking shit they can up as quick as they can to get views. These are other people leaving comments. That's their responsibility. YouTube would go after the individual commenters. It has nothing to do with The Star, you fucking idiot. Good fucking God, do you understand how anything works, cunt?
They're allowing hate speech comments on there.
Wow, that's not how that works. The hate speech goes against it. Getting flustered here by this fucking idiot. The committing of what you think is hate speech, and we'll just say if it is in this, we'll just pretend it is for this thing, would be a violation conducted by each individual poster. And the group that uploaded the original video that is being commented on is not responsible for those comments. They can moderate them in some ways, but that's not their duty beyond what they see as moderating for their community purposes. Anything that violates that is YouTube's problem to deal with. And they cannot be held responsible for the comments other people leave on their video on a platform that allows public fucking comments. You know what would be nice for YouTube is a subscriber-only comment function. Granted, that doesn't prevent people from just subscribing, commenting, and then leaving, but still, it would cut down on a lot of the spammy traffic bullshit. Also, ways to force people to no longer be subscribed to you would be kind of cool. But that would involve everyone's subscriptions being effectively public, so.
My followers from all channels, listen to me. Please give her a few days to write an apology and send it. Check with Joseph to see if she does. If not,
I hope these rants have been good for y'all, because I've got a fucking headache now.
please report her channel for violating YouTube's community guidelines. Get the channel
How did it violate the guidelines?
taken down.
It said something you don't like? Get the fuck over it, Kent. The infinite amount of crap you said that is quintessentially hate speech that Matt Powell has said. I love how I reported his video on talking about Judaism as hate speech, and it just got ignored by YouTube. Yeah, they're all about taking care of that hate speech, Kent. They're really, they'll go back to you in 6 to 8 business years.
Be fair? So, how many followers we got on all channels, Joseph? Let's see. 160 on Facebook, 1,000, Rumble, 60, 70, 72.
The narcissist is obsessed with his numbers again because all he cares about is how many people he thinks are watching his shit.
It was 300,000 roughly. And then the app, yeah. Everybody, report her channel. If we give her 3 or 4
Hey, Kent, that's brigading. That's a violation of YouTube's terms of service.
days, okay? Get a hold of Joseph, say she didn't say anything yet. Okay, then you all report it. Okay, end of story tonight. I thought it was going to go longer than that. I could have taken a lot longer. Actually, I didn't finish your video. nor do I intend to right now. We're busy. Any questions or comments, Joseph?
Yeah, a couple of comments.
Okay. She's had trauma. Yep, she sure has. Probably brought it on herself, and I'd like to see her get saved. She was a pet.
Oh, Kent, are you and Colt Davis there able to diagnose trauma? You know, I'm just kind of curious. She seems pretty relaxed, pretty straightforward there. Little soft presentation style. Nothing flashy going on, but hey, that's a video from 2 years ago, and it's the only thing I've seen. I don't know. But I liked what she was saying and how she was saying it because it was very, very digestible. And it's nice to have people who can just present the facts in that way with minimal fluff and flair. Whereas I mostly just talk shit. But it's for entertainment. And I throw in some, how do the kids say it? Some straight facts, yo, on the Hovind. I don't know. I'm just being stupid to be stupid.
Pentecostal pastor. Figure that out.
Figured that out.
Actually, come visit. I should mention that. I'd like to lead you to the Lord for real. I really would. Jesus died for Ashley. Good, thank you. Okay. It's incredibly unfortunate that people watch someone like Ashley's videos without doing any research or watching the other side. That's why I need all of you to post this video.
That's why I watch the other side all the fucking time, and all I see is a piece of shit old man, old fucking con artist who fucked around and found out and is still bitter about it, continuing to peddle the bullshit he has been for the past 30, 40 years now, because it's easier than doing real work.
Video to those morons who are saying any of those things. Like I molested a child. There's no pedophiles here. This is not a cult. Christians didn't even.
And yes, even if this was true, a massive case of blaming the victim and ugh.
Sleep here, okay? He was over in Cindy's house with Paul Hansen and the kid Zaire that he brought, and Zaire had a blast. Took him home. Next day, I called Zaire's mom. Oh, he had a wonderful time there. Thank you. It's a great place. Mark Stoney spent the next hour, a year.
Yeah, that's Kent, you tell that story about the father of the kid who drowned, but the official reports say something very different.
Here, raising money, help us find Zaire. We can't find Zaire. He's with his mother, Mark. He's so desperate to find anything about me. He lies, okay? Just plain.
I'm not getting into the Zaire thing. There's still stuff back there that can be researched, and I don't know the story all that well. Other Hovind experts can retell it and can give a synopsis far better than I could.
Lies. Okay, let's see. How do we pray for people like this? Whatever you feel led to do. Okay.
I don't actually know how to give any spiritual advice. So I'm just say whatever you feel like doing.
I pray, Lord, change their heart. If you can't, stop them from doing this. They're hurting the cause of Christ. Okay, anybody else?
And quite honestly, I'm tired about us having to pussyfoot around, things like the idea of concepts like, just pointing out these kinds of ironies and just being like, hey, whatever happens, happens. That kind of apathy is seen as hatred and attacking. I'm sorry, if Charlie Kirk wanted me to give a shit about him, he should have been a decent person in life. If Ken Hovind wants me to actually give a shit about him or feel bad if and when the inevitable happens, I'm not going to, because he's given me no reason to. Beyond base human empathy that's going to trigger by default, I'm not going to care. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just how it is. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Welcome to life, Kent. Welcome to life, right wing. It's funny for you to talk shit about everyone else, but when it happens to one of your own, uh-oh, no one can say anything bad. All for free speech until someone says free speech about your little golden boy who fucked around and found out.
Rest in peace, Big Kirk. Amen. We need thousands more to take up his mantle and do what he did. Thousands more. The guy was brilliant.
Charlie Kirk was a fucking dumbass. Just another fast-talking piece of shit. Peddling hatred and idiocy for money.
An absolute genius. There are two sides of most stories, defamation or truth. I think that's probably pretty true, okay? Defamation.
Last one about this.
You still believe the rapture happened in the middle of the tribulation? No, I never did. It happens at the end of the tribulation. Tribulation is 7 years, First 3.5, then the Antichrist breaks the treaty. Then the last 3.5, called the Great Tribulation. You can get my chart for a whole lot more on that, or my book, What on Earth's About to Happen. The tribulation time is 7.
We went a whole stream without him bringing out one of his damn charts, and then at the end he has to fuck it up a minute before it's over.
Years, we probably have already started into this part. Certainly the Christians in Ethiopia think we have. They're killing them by the hundreds. And then we're raptured out at the end of the tribulation, before the wrath of God falls. Get my chart, get my book. I cover that in great detail for my video series. Okay, that it?
Yes, sir.
I normally try to ignore the Hovindites, but oh yes, I'm the one who's so hateful. Okay, sure. I'm not the one who speaks about other ethnicities as not being competent enough to do basic tasks. I'm not the one who, from a group that wants to deport or outright disappear everyone who's undesirable. You know, all this fascist bullshit, and I'm the one who's hateful. Sure. Go fuck yourself, Spike. Hovind.
I'm going to go lay on my massage table and find somebody to come crack my back. T3 and 4 are pronated to the right, in case you care, actually.
Yeah, it must be nice to have money being given to you for people so you can go to a doctor and actually check that shit out. Remember, this is America. Most people don't have access to decent medical checkups at all because insurance is a fucking nightmare. Hi, you want to live? You want to age? Guess what? You got to put like a third of your fucking check into goddamned insurance that still won't cover most of the shit you need because it's all got to be for profit because United fucking States of America. But oh, wait, remember, I'm hateful even though I know for a fucking fact we could trivially handle universal health care. I think a few F-35s, as cool as they are, not being built, is worth it so that people can actually live better. But again, I'm the hateful one.
Yeah. C345 have been stressed from the whiplash. Okay. I was sitting perfectly still in my Toyota, Car hit me from behind going 55 miles an hour. The old Pontiac Grand Am, the big ones. It knocked my car probably 50 yards, pushed the back bumper clear up to the driver's door.
No one cares. Fuck you and your back, Kent. Goddamn.
I was in the hospital under a sheet. I said, I'm not dead. They said, we know, we're sewing up your eyebrow. I got 9 stitches. Oh, okay. I thought they thought I was dead. I'm under a sheet. How'd you like to wake up that way? I've had trouble every day ever since.
Don't care.
But I never complain. Okay.
They cut him off early. Yeah, all you fucking do is complain, Kent. All you fucking do is complain. This whole goddamn stream was just you complaining. Because someone 2 years ago did a video talking about you running a cult and abusing your wives. And all you did was complain, Kent. Because that's what you do. Fucking whine and complain. Alright. That's the end of that. I ain't dealing with Kent anymore for a day or two. I was going to cover a Sunday stream, but I'll just do that tomorrow afternoon if I'm feeling up to it. I don't know. It's going to be a busy day, but hopefully it'll be a good busy day and not the crappy kind of busy day like I've had all the rest of the week. But yeah, or last week. But yeah, that's all I had to do was cover that. Don't have any additional commentary or anything. Went on for about an hour and a half. Thought it'd be a little shorter, but is what it is. Thank you all so much for stopping by and watching. Thanks for the super chats and all that jazz. You're all fucking awesome. And yeah, Claude brings up, Ken exaggerates his back. He can still drive, bouncing off road. Anyone with real back damage would not be able to do that kind of crap. But all right, I'm out this piece. Again, much love. Catch everyone next time.